I'm on the way to Dallas right now, and one of the things that I've been thinking about over the past several days is when Hannah and I were having a conversation later last week after I got some really disappointing news. I was super down about it, super sad about it. I remember after we initially talked about it, I wanted a little bit of space. I was at our kitchen table. She knew that I was sad. She knew that I was frustrated. I remember her pulling up a seat right next to me, and Hannah is so good to me. She does this all the time. She asked, could we talk about it? She looked me dead in my eyes. And frankly, I didn't want to talk about it because I was in a mode of like, okay, we need to figure things out now. We need to try to figure out what's next. And I put all of that on my shoulders. And in a moment, I thought I was taking a lot of action. I thought I was stepping up. And the comment that she gave to me was this: don't withdraw. Don't withdraw. I think I maybe responded, no, I'm not withdrawing right now. I'm just trying to figure it out. And it occurred to me in that moment, a lot of the ways that I try to solve problems and provide solutions for my family is a form of withdrawing. I was talking to another friend. We met up yesterday, and I was telling him about that moment. And we were talking about how it's so interesting that when people have responsibility, when they want to provide or when they want to create means for their loved ones, a lot of things that begin to happen are things that actually take them away from their loved ones, that take them away from the people that they actually want to provide for. You see people who are self-made millionaires throw themselves at their jobs. Meanwhile, their families, their kids, their friends never hear from them or never get a personal moment with them because all the margin they have is just taken up by their hustle and their jobs. And I realized that my hustling, my trying to figure out means to do all these great things for our family are also the means that could take me away from them. It could take away the meaningful time that Hannah and I spend together. God gives us kids, that takes away from them too. I've already seen it take away from times with family and friends. And so withdrawal may not be the same for everybody. Maybe withdrawing for you may actually be withdrawing and hiding your emotions, a lot like I did. Hiding your emotions, your feelings from the people that love you and people that genuinely want to know how they can help you, how you're doing. They want to know how your soul is. Maybe withdrawing is throwing yourself into things like work, video games, hobbies, what have you. The beautiful thing about not withdrawing is you can be present. You can be present with the people that love you. You can be present with the Lord. I know as a follower of Jesus, Jesus is always present with me. He will never leave me. He will never forsake me. He's never withdrawn from me. And that's a good thing. And so if I'm supposed to be more like Jesus, then I don't have to withdraw. Especially in light of situations where I feel like I am not able to handle it. So I want to figure out how to handle it. I want to figure out how much money I need, what education I need to get myself out of this hole, which is part of my testimony, which is part of so many of the root of problems of my life, but it just all amounts to pride. Like instead of going to God with my worries, my anxieties, my burdens, I instead try to handle it myself. And so I think what the Lord's really calling me to do is to really lean on Him, especially over these next several months, to actually put my money where my mouth is when I talk about depending on God, and not just try to figure out all these different ways that I can fix the present problems of my life, but first and foremost, going to Him, who cares for me more than I care for myself, who cares for my wife and my future more than I care about those. If you're somebody who withdraws, just know you're not alone. I'm right there with you. Person who God has come through for so many times, I still worry whether or not He's going to come through again.